I'm North American comedian Kurt Metzger, and we're talking about the global ID system. Now, we've done other videos about this. Today, I came across this video. This is from Canada. This is a guy who's he's the CEO of the Canadian Banking Organization. And what's that about? And by the way, we'll see you in Houston and Dallas and Des Moines and Omaha and Kansas City and Orlando and Tampa. We're coming to do stand-up comedy in all those places. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for tickets. So let's watch this guy talk about the beauty of digital ID. And it almost seems like they wanted to use COVID to implement this thing that they've been wanting to implement for a while. So here we go. Watch
Canada
this.
is on the cusp of a revolutionary innovation that will transform the way Canadians authenticate themselves online and protect their identity.
So it makes it sound exciting. Canada's on the cusp of this new frickin' thing that we're going to do. It's going to make everything great. And it's going to protect your identity. Really? I think it's going to do the opposite. Let's watch.
Canada is on the cusp of a revolutionary innovation that will transform the way Canadians authenticate themselves online and protect their identity. Digital ID.
Digital ID.
All of us are living in a digital world, but we're tethered to an analog model of how we identify ourselves, memorizing countless online passwords, carrying government-issued licenses, plastic cards,
carrying
and
those
more.
licenses.
Oh my God! I have to.
Who's got the time?
Who's got? Where do I put all these? Where do I put my license? Oh, what, would I get a purse? And I put my license in the purse?
This
What
is
about
like an infomercial?
What
Oh no! You like dropping your wallet.
the guy shaving? Ow! That's what this is. You know what? You don't want to have all those papers everywhere. Got to have your birth certificate and your passport and your driver's license on a credit card. Oh my God! Your vaccine passport. It's such a headache. We put it all on one thing, and then someone who looks like me controls it. Okay, here we go.
Digital ID is a way for Canadians to identify themselves to government, businesses, and each other electronically with ease and rock-solid security, without the need to...
Rock solid. Well, you know what's funny is I can go on YouTube and pick up videos of people cracking rocks open all day long. I've been watching. My thing lately is to watch guys split boulders. They do it. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. They put tink, 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 tink. They hammer it in and it just splits. So this idea that something's rock solid security, you know that's bullshit.
...than physical documents. One interconnected network. A federated digital ID ecosystem developed in collaboration...
Listen to that. Listen to that verbiage.
Impressive.
A federated digital ID ecosystem. It's federated. It's a digital ID ecosystem. Don't you want to be part of the federated digital ID ecosystem, Kurt? You don't want to be part of that? It's federated. And it's an ecosystem, or do you say ecosystem?
We'll track you wherever you go, no matter where you hide.
And if you're a trucker, we'll shut down your bank account in seconds.
They can do everyone's account.
That's what they're doing. That's what this is. We're going to be able to frickin' track you and control you and shut you down and make you a non-person. Watch this.
...with Canada's best and brightest talent from our banks, telecommunication companies, law...
They got their, you know who's working on this? He just said their best and brightest talent from banks.
Great.
From banks. From banks? You mean the global behemoth that squashes the workers and the poor and funnels wealth upwards? You mean the banks that have created the biggest income disparity since the time of the pharaohs? You mean those banks? Oh, thank God some of those bright people who have created this fucking capitalistic hellscape here on earth are on it. Thank God you got those people from the banks. Okay.
At least get the Fauci Labs people in on it. Not that. At least get that level of quality.
From the banks, telecommunications companies, law enforcement, and government. Those are, can I say, those are 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are 5 groups of people I don't want anywhere fucking near me. How about that?
Hey, it's banks, cops, and Verizon are going to do
yes,
this.
the good people.
Enforcement and government. It would have the power and security to store every Canadian's electronic identity and attributes.
And attributes.
And it would unlock countless opportunities for...
What do you mean it's going to get my identity and my attributes? It's going to say things like strong jaw, bedroom eyes. What is it? What is my attributes? Good sense.
Is that facial recognition?
Good sense of humor. Yes, this is face, right? Facial rec. There we go.
Canadians to verify who they are safely, quickly, and securely, while only revealing the information necessary for each transaction.
I'm sure that's what's going to happen. It's so safe. There'll never be a data breach. There'll never be a nefarious fuck inside government. There'll never be a corporation or a banker. This is all about control.
A fast, easy, and secure way to bank, sign up for government services, renew driver's licenses or health cards, shop, travel, and more.
Oh.
Canada's banks are perfectly situated to help lead the creation of a federated digital ID system.
Oh, they're perfectly situated. So, God, again, no one's scared to death of this shit. This is crazy. This is really, and after they just did all that stuff to the truckers and the people who were helping them, they shut down their bank accounts. I don't even know if they've reopened them. This is like it's like they can put you on a no-fly list now, like that. Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, when I went to China, when I was there, it was 2016. I was like, this is the future of everything. Like, it was all polluted. They had this setup where people you could just be barred from things random. They have that whole social credit. All these guys at these things talk about how much they admire that system. Look at how much control they have over everything.
This is all coming out of the WEF, the World Economic Forum.
They're big. They love it. They always have Xi Jinping there. Yep.
And they talk about the Great Reset. And anyway, let's get back to this.
Between government and the private sector. The World Economic Forum agrees that banks and financial institutions should lead the path forward for digital ID.
The World Economic Forum, they agree.
Oh, good.
They agree that banks should take the lead on this. Banks are the good people.
I wasn't on board until I heard that.
Oh, until I heard that
Klaus Schwab
and the fucking psychopathic murderers from Jeffrey Epstein's island, they're on board with this. Oh, they're okay with it? Okay.
We penetrate your identity.
He says that like that's a selling point. The World Economic Forum agrees that the people who should do this is us, bankers.
Look at his face.
I know.
That's right.
We're the good people.
I guess that says it all.
Banks are highly regulated and trusted.
Banks are highly regulated and trusted. Now, maybe in Canada, they're more I think they might be more regulated, than in the United States because we repealed Glass-Steagall, I don't think they did that. I think they have their own version of that in Canada, which is why they didn't have such a bad economic downturn when we had ours in 2008-9. I think that's what that's about. But here we go.
They have advanced cybersecurity and privacy technology, and they have the infrastructure to operate provincially and nationally. Banks are also at the forefront of working with fintech startups who are bringing revolutionary mobile and online products and services to Canadians. Digital ID can help consumers navigate between these apps and programs with trust and confidence.
Yes, trust.
Knowing their ID is protected at all times.
All times.
A federated digital ID approach can also significantly reduce fraud, save taxpayer money, improve regulatory compliance.
I mean, look at all this. It's going to keep you from fraud. It's going to keep your ID protected. It's going to keep you from regulatory compliance. It makes it easier to do business. Easier to do business. You know how hard it is to do business. I want more ease in my business.
And make it easier to do business as an owner and as a consumer. In fact, the Canadian Bankers Association just launched a white paper with our recommendations on how to move forward with a federated digital ID framework. I encourage you to read it to learn more.
He holds his chin up a lot like Mussolini when he talks.
Yeah, that's right.
He ends every sentence like,
yeah.
Right? Watch. Let me turn off the sound. Turn off the sound on this
Canada
guy.
is on the cusp.
And watch when he ends every sentence.
There you go.
See? Look at that.
Yeah.
You're not.
There it is. There we're gonna get it here.
Right.
We're gonna go get a close up.
Yep.
Oh, he did it and I missed it. His chin is up. Oh, there it was, and I missed it. I'm going to get it. There it is. That's his little El Duce. There it is.
It looks like that picture of the baby with the fist up, you know?
Yes. Yes. So get ready for it, Canada. And here is Klaus Schwab talking about how they are. The World Economic Forum is infiltrating the cabinets of all the governments around the world. We'll see you March 20th and 24th in Houston and Dallas.
When I mention our names like Mrs. Merkel, even Vladimir Putin and so on, they all have been young global leaders of the World Economic Forum. Mm-hmm. But what we are very proud of now is the young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina and so on, that we penetrate the cabinets. So yesterday I was at a reception for Prime Minister Trudeau, and I know that half of this cabinet, or even more half of this cabinet, are actually young global leaders of the World Economic Forum.
And that's true in Argentina too. Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's true in Argentina as well.
It's true in Argentina, and it's true in France now. Mm-hmm. I mean, with the president, with a young global leader, but...
So that's the World Economic Forum, and now you know who I was really running things.
Who's the guy interviewing? Was that the guy from McNeil Lair News?
That's David Gergen.
Oh, Gergen, from Gergen and Shields. That's
right. So, you know, he's a guy, David Gergen, who spent his whole life being wrong about everything, and of course he gets promoted because he does the propaganda for the people who are paying him.
Well, do you remember he was the Republican guy of Gergen and Shields, and then he went to work for Clinton?
Yeah.
He's like, it's my duty to go from neocon to neolib.
Yeah. So there they are admitting it. There they are admitting that we've infiltrated the cabinets in France and Germany, Argentina, Canada, and everywhere else. Putin. They even said Putin. So, and then of course here is I don't have to show this to you. I showed it before. And here he is advocating for a digital ID.
Create a digital ID today that is much more easily protected, so you can deal with a lot of the privacy and surveillance issues that worry people.
Yeah. Yeah, we got it all figured out now. All those privacy.
Yeah, except for one privacy issue. I can think of one major one that it's not really.
The privacy. So there it is, Canada aid. That's quite a creepy thing from the bank. The bankers are the ones leading this. Who? If you can't trust the banks, who can you trust?
I mean, could they any more try to fit into like a crazy born again idea of the future of like, oh, no one shall trade without the mark of the beast? Like
that's what this is.
It sounds like something you'd hear in a like, oh my God.
That's what this is. We're doing live stand-up comedy in Los Angeles, and Houston, and Addison, and back in Tampa, Des Moines, Omaha. Go to jimmydorecomedy.com for a link for all the tickets for all our live shows. See you there.